They are at the start of their journey, they think outside the box, and they often come up with bright ideas. Their projects are innovative, they are a new generation of business people, and their distinguishing features are creativity and enthusiasm. This is the world of startups, the program about IT developers and the industry of startups.
Hello and welcome to the world of startups. I'm Serhii Kakishev. In our stories, we tell you about the simplest solutions in the world of IT industry. We pay particular attention to such trends as the Internet of Things, telemedicine and nanotechnologies. Watch on this edition. Technation. How has the Kazakhstani startup competition surprised attendants? Project MySign. Our programmers have created a new cryptographic code. No one has seen it, but the whole Kaznet depends on its existence. Find out what's happened in the sphere of Kazakhstani hosting. At the dawn of Kaznet, hosting services were one of the few developing segments in the internet market. Today, this digital pie is shared by a few large companies that work not only to increase their clientele, but also to improve the quality of their service. The company we talk about this time is one of the most active on the market. Its managers have told us how lucrative their segment is. Many believe that offering hosting and selling domains are making money out of thin air. At first sight, this may seem true. For example, this company now has 40,000 clients who have at least one domain name each. The minimal cost of one domain is 3,360 tenge. You can now see how profitable this business is for the company even without offering hosting. But things are more complicated than they seem. For successful running of the business, one has to have expensive equipment and constant technical support. For 10 years of work, we have invested about $1 million in our business. In our data center, we need reliable UPS power spots, a diesel generator, and we also need special counters. But the most difficult thing is to find premises for the business. Today on Kazakhstan's market, there are 14 companies that have the official status of the domain name registrar in the .kz zone. 2 of them are Russian, the rest are Kazakhstani ones. Among Kazakhstani registrars, there are the ones which work as hosting providers as well. Kazakh Telecom stands out of this small crowd because this well-equipped telecommunication giant has taken over the most of the hosting market in Kazakhstan. The rest is shared among 10 enterprises that have proved established and stable. The hosting market in Kazakhstan is worth approximately $10 million, but its exact value is difficult to estimate as its different shares belong to different companies. It is a lot easier to imagine the digital world as a number of domains per capita. Let's compare the influence of .ru and .kz zones. For the population of 150 million people of Russia, there are about 5 million domains, so it's one domain name per 30 people. In Kazakhstan, the situation is different. For 17 million people, there are 124,000 domains. That is one domain for 136 people, which is 4 times less than in Russia. So there is room for development in Kazakhstan. In Almaty, the second stage of the selection for an acceleration program Technation has recently started. This new event for startups is organized by the Ministry for Investments and Development of the Republic of Kazakhstan. There were 345 applications to participate in Technation from teams from the CIS countries and the countries of Europe and Asia. As a result of the selection process, 7 projects were shortlisted. The 7 winners of the final selection will go to the Silicon Valley to continue the training. Today, among the participants, there are mostly IT startups. They are mobile applications, big data, cloud technologies and multimedia. During the selection, teams from 16 countries took part, including Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan and Ukraine. They presented their projects in different directions, from robotics to mobile technologies. Today, Kazakhstan is following a policy of open doors for all, be they entrepreneurs, investors or businesses. A lot has been done in the sphere of legislation and legal rights for business, so a lot of companies are attracted by Kazakhstan as it is one of the destinations where working and developing a business is comfortable.
Эта серия состоит из 2 частей. Первая – это онлайн-лист, который подключается к вашему сайту.
Kazakhstani startups are on par with their foreign fellow colleagues. Fast Call Manager is one of the quality products made in Kazakhstan. It is like a widget and a mobile application combined, which enhances the website conversion and automates the process of sales.
К примеру,
For example, a client receives an order and on the next day the manager has to call him back, and sometimes he forgets to make this phone call, the so-called human factor. The app is to solve the problem. You make the necessary phone call and the application suggests a further action. For instance, calling the client tomorrow or the day after tomorrow at 3 p.m. The application will make this phone call itself. You just need to answer the phone and talk to the client.
нажать эту кнопку «Принять» и клиент на связи.
To make the product, the innovators needed more than $3,000. The application is available on the Android platform now. An iOS version will be available a little later. But even at this stage, Fast Call Manager has been recognized by an international expert committee and has got in the top 10 winners of the Technation competition. Apart from this project, in this top 10, there are 6 Kazakhstani and 2 foreign teams: Pismo, Indibo, Mangust, Alma Cloud, CRM, Alma Sales, Fast Call Manager, PicVipic and Crystal. This October, these teams will go to the Silicon Valley to participate in an acceleration program. They will get through mentors' lectures, business training, and most importantly, meetings with potential investors. Kazakhstani programmers have invented a new cryptographic code, which will make it easier for companies to use an electronic signature. For example, to sign a contract, companies won't have to show up in a bank. It's enough to use a MySign application. Find out about its benefits and drawbacks from the upcoming report. An electronic signature, which is recognized in Kazakhstan as the actual one, is available for every holder of a Kazakhstani identification. Programmers from Kamal Security decided not only to popularize this innovation, but also to make it more convenient and safer. They have developed a new cryptographic code and a mobile application to work with it called MySign. Suppose I want to send you 1,000 tenge for your birthday, but we're based in different cities. I enter the internet banking system through a computer, make the payment and send it to the bank. Later on, your mobile phone receives a text message confirming the transaction. You will need to sign the document with a digital key from the text message and send it to the bank. From this operation, you will need to download a free mobile app and use the card reader to work with your own identification, or you may use the A-key card, which will have your constant key. It's worth mentioning that all the documents signed with the help of this cryptographic code will be kept only on your mobile phone. We don't keep the data, nor do we keep the result of such a signature. We only track the fact of signing. So if there is doubt whether a document was signed or not, and parties turn to us, we can certify that the signing did take place. By the way, experienced users suggest keeping the secret electronic keys to one signature on a smart card or on a USB key. This minimizes the risk of stealing it. One also has to consider that all the operations with the electronic signature take place on a secure mode. All the traffic from the mobile phone to the server is decoded by means of one-way SSL. The message is signed with the state crypto algorithms. At the moment, the application has been presented as a corporate product, and an ordinary Kazakhstani citizen cannot use the cryptographic code, but it is in great demand in more than 30 government information systems, where the digital signature, including egov.kz, a unified notary system, and an electronic service for purchases for the state. Well, that's all for today. Stay tuned with us and see you next time in a week at the same time. Also, follow us on our pages on vk.com and Facebook to find out more. You've been watching The World of Startups, and I'm Serik Akishev. See you next time on Kazakh TV.